The biggest criminal situation I've ever been involved in. Not drugs. It's 2 Fiji waters and 1 cup of coffee for $67 at the Fontainebleau. $67. What? $14 for a liter and a half of coffee and 2 waters for $67 What kind of water is this?
Well, at least it wasn't a $12 Starbucks. We got some Vegas updates. Is the city going to suffer because of the war in Iran? And what kind of economy are we living in right now? One dominated by gas prices. This is Stephen J. Campbell. Let's get on with the daily updates. We're going to start our journey out here at the Las Vegas Review-Journal as tourism experts are keeping close watch on the effects of the Mideast turmoil. You notice how they're not saying it's a war yet. It should be noted that this woman here and her family own the Review-Journal, and she offered Donald Trump $250 million to run for a 3rd term. Access journalism, kids, when you'll say whatever you have to say to make the people happy who give you money. Are we going to see any kind of impacts? And it says, at this stage, it's too soon to determine what, if any, impacts of this situation may have on travel patterns to Las Vegas. Based on historical evidence, conflicts, they tend to have limited, short-lived effects on Las Vegas vacations. Oh, but they do say what I said yesterday. Regarding gasoline prices, higher fuel costs do matter, particularly for Las Vegas. If you didn't watch my video yesterday, we talked about fuel costs. They're already up 14 cents across the valley. I need your help. What are your gas prices? Type it in below. Has it gotten more expensive? Let me know. I read all your comments. I might just reply. But around the world, terror and fear. Avenge the blood. Iran's top clerics issue a fatwa to Muslims worldwide. They're trying to move the needle to get everybody to attack everybody who's not one of them across the world, across the globe. It's a scary idea, right? So Vegas might be on the radar. Well, I mean, the Economic Times, they seem to think that a recession is coming. Is a recession coming? Why, global stock markets are crashing right now. So about that oil price, we talked about it yesterday. Do you get gasoline for your car? Do you understand that everything goes up if gas and fuel prices go up? I drew it on a chart because charts are fun. I like charts. It spiked here, and then everybody said, you're stupid because it went down. And then it started going up again. And then today, Donald Trump was like, I'm going to do a thing. Oil tumbles as Trump floats insurance for tankers. Yeah, we're going to get that oil through. And to that guy that said, I'm wrong. The Strait of Hormuz is open. Okay. That's why we're using the military to escort people to keep your oil prices low. Because the reality of the situation, as this guy here, Jay Bravo, anybody watch Jay Bravo? I watch his stuff. The U.S. economy has barely added any jobs since last April, but certainly no company is using this as a mask to lay people off because all you hear about is Iran, right? A list of companies doing layoffs in March. Are any of you guys part of this crew? UPS, Amazon, Intel, Nissan, Nestle, TCS, Dell, Bosch, Verizon, Microsoft. Learn to code, they said. You will have a bright future coding your AI replacements. But Steven, they just need to get gig work. Yes, parody Steven. Here's what I found.
First experience with DoorDash, Doc. Hi. Hi. Oh,
she's talking to it.
That's awesome. Takes a lot of jobs, but it's awesome.
Yeah, that's what we've come to. Oh, but it's okay. You can blow off some steam. Come and see Metallica in Vegas at the Sphere. But wait till I show you the prices that this is commanding right now. It's absurd. You could buy a car for the amount of money that these tickets will cost you in Vegas. And talking about absurd amounts of money makes me think about this segue to our sponsor. So we saw the headline before, right? Is a recession coming? Why global stock markets are crashing right now and everybody's running around losing their heads. Meanwhile, me and other people like me, like my students in my course, 1K a day, we're sitting here salivating, and like millions of others, we're making money. hand over fist. This is my trade today. I made over $600 in just a few seconds flat, because that's really how easy trading the futures markets can be. You just need to have a plan, just like having a roadmap to drive to Vegas. And that's what I do for my traders and my students in my course, 1K a day. 1K a day is a simple video on demand course that shows you how to look for the best opportunities on a daily basis. And it takes about 10 or 15 minutes a day to actually figure this stuff out and potentially make thousands of dollars for yourselves. I mean, I'm still celebrating my student from yesterday who managed to make his first $500 withdrawal, but I've had students in the past who have been taking up to $3,000 a week out of this stuff. So if you could pay maybe a bill or two, potentially your rent with this, or possibly even make the future of your dreams, wouldn't it be worth looking into? And if the answer in that is yes, then here's what I want you to do. I want you to be one of the first 4 people that clicks the link in the first pinned comment down below. And right now, if you're one of the first 4, you'll get my entire course, all of it, one-time price for $199. Just do it before somebody claims your spot. And that is less than you'll pay for a pair of lousy AirPod Pros. And these things become e-waste. But my course, you own it for life, and you never have to pay any extra for it. Because if you don't do something like that for yourself, how are you ever going to be able to afford Metallica tickets? I mean, the way I see it is you have a choice. You buy a car, or you buy Metallica tickets. Look at this. Right now, look at the resale market. Wow, would you like to spend $17,000? What? What are we doing with our lives where we have $17,088 to spend on concert tickets? Look at this right here. You get to see the whole show, one ticket for $17,000. I have 10 minutes to buy, guys. Do I do it, chats? No, I don't. This is why the economy's broken. This is why you need more money. Just let us be reminded that this is the same Metallica that destroyed the music piracy scene back in the day, because they claimed that every download that they had of their music illegally was worth somehow countless millions of dollars. That's if you even want to come to Vegas, because right now it seems like there's a bit of a fear index out there on people traveling. Now we have counter T-word experts fear sleeper cells could be poised inside the US. Security experts warn that the fallout could extend beyond the Middle East. I did tell you about this earlier, right? Yeah, avenge the blood. This is what the rhetoric coming out of the Middle East says right now. So this has led to our sheriff, Joe Lombardo. Wait, I'm sorry, my bad. He's the governor now. He used to be the sheriff of the LVMPD, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. So he issued a statement and he said, I'm closely monitoring the developments. Right now, my priority is the safety of all Nevadans. Increased police presence may be seen at certain locations as we continue to monitor and synchronize with partners as the situation involves. What? Now, look, here's the thing. If you guys want me to, I can tear into the crazy, maybe not crazy AI system that our current police chief has talked about. So let me know, because there is a big story there. Just put the initials AI in the chat. Now I'll know that you watched this far and you're interested in actually seeing me make that video. I mean, it's a thing. It exists, and I can look into it for you. But then the question we have to ask is whether or not it's safe to go to Vegas. Is it safe to go out in Austin or Los Angeles or New York? And all I can tell you is something that I told a family member just the other day, right? And I said, we have to be able to live our lives. And we can't live in fear. I have faith in God and Jesus, and some people don't. But whether or not you have that faith that grounds me, you have to be able to have a normal life. You can't stop your life because of something that's happening close to 10,000 miles away. That's what those people want you to do. They want you to live in fear. They want you to live in a little shell, a defensive shell. They did it in the past, and they'll do it in the future. And when you live in fear, people will control you. When you live in fear, people will be able to tell you what to do and to push you around. Don't let them do that. I lived in fear for years. I didn't trade the markets. I was afraid of learning a skill. I thought it was a scam. I get these comments all the time because you've watched this long, and I will tell you, the reason I sell a course and I do YouTube videos is because only a fool would have one source of income. You have to have multiple sources. I enjoy making YouTube videos, sharing concepts, and teaching people. I trade in the mornings. I have students that prove the trades work, and I'm inspired to help others. That took me a tremendous amount to get to, and it took me to a place where I was afraid to push forward. But sometimes the biggest leaps and bounds we have in our life is when we push through the fear. So if you're thinking of pushing through fear, do it today. If you're afraid to go talk to that person at work that you've had a crush on and you like, go do it. It could end up being a lifelong marriage. If you're afraid of applying for a new job, go do it. It could be the career that you had always dreamed of. If you're afraid of going back to school, you get my point. If you're afraid of something, approach it as long as it's not something that is obviously glaringly bad for you. If it's something you just have that anxiety over, I urge you to just get over the hump. If you want to get into my course, but you're afraid you can't do it, I'm here to help you. Click the link below, get the thing, be one of the first 4 people, but just make a better life for yourself and don't live in fear. That's my closing salvo for you today. There's a video next to my head. Go click on it, go watch it. Doing that helps us. I should have asked you to subscribe. Go! Pull a Homer Simpson. Subscribe if you watch this far. Until the next time I see you, as always, it stands to reason that you will get ahead in life if you just keep swimming.